Well, we hit a few car shows with our old jalopy, ended up getting one trophy. Had a pretty good time there. And by the way, we keep this thing in the latest environmentally controlled facility. It's moisture controlled and temperature controlled. It's a corn crib. Yeah, all the guys are doing it now. It's what's old is now new. Anyhow, the most fun I had at the car show was when you run into a bunch of gearheads and they're asking all the right questions. They're wanting to know, what'd you have to do to get this part done, and where do I find this item, and because I'm the same way. So I'll go into a few things I kind of learned and some of the questions those guys was asking. And one of them was, how's this end lubed? Well, it's got 90 weight gear oil in it, and the level you fill it to is at this bolt right here. You'll take these bolts out and just pop your tri-plate off, and you'll fill that housing with oil until it runs out of those bolt threads. You can use this bolt too. They're same level. And another question was, what's that? What's that breather for? And on this Detroit case, there was no other place that I could tap it easy. So we just drilled and tapped the blower drive service drive housing, and the truck guys will recognize that. If you look close, that is off of a Road Ranger transmission off your shifter valve on the side. So we never throw anything away. You never know when you'll need it. Another thing I learned was the blower belt. When this thing is cold, that belt needs to be really loose, about 1.5 inches flop sideways, because when this thing warms up, it actually gets taller. I mean, it's all that aluminum, and you don't want that belt too tight for this bearing and your crankshaft bearing. When this thing's good and hot, and it might take 45 minutes for everything to kind of warm up, you want that belt to have maybe a, I don't know, 1/4 3/8 play in it. You don't want him bull tight anyhow. But kind of had to learn that along the way. And the other cool thing is, these things cold start real well, and I wouldn't have thought that. But you don't pump it, you just crank it and fire it up and bring it up to maybe, I don't know, 700-800 RPM, let him warm for 20 seconds or so, and he's good to go. Most of that noise you hear is the belt. That little whiny noise, most of that is your belt. Of course, we had to nickname him Hammer Mill, and the reason we done that was that belt drive reminded us of the old hammer mill on the feed grinder. The farmers will get that when anybody's ever ground feed for hogs or cows. All those old hammer mills had a belt drive. So, well, I'm gonna head on out.